Hello, welcome back. This is Ajay. So this is the continuation of the previous video. In the previous video, we had just broken the program into functions, and this was the options that we had provided, and then these were the functions, and now we are going to write the coding for the function. The first function that we are supposed to write the code is the option 1, that is enter a element. So we're going to accept the element from the user, and then we're going to pass that element to the function. So let us start the coding. So the coding that we need to do is, already we have done the code in the previous videos, that the video in which I actually started doing this code. So that was this one. So I'll just copy. Okay, I don't require this because already I am accepting the data from the user over here. So I just need to write the code for adding that element into that particular link list. So this was the code if and else part, which already I have done the coding, and this also I did the live coding in my previous video. So this I will just, okay, just I will cut this and I will paste it over here, that is add element. So this is the code. Now these are the global variables, so there shouldn't be any problem. But the thing is, okay, everything looks good to me, then else, okay, fine. So let us just run this and check the code if it is running properly or not. And here it is, the code is running successfully, but I will not give any data as if now, because I will just check whether we have done everything right or not. So this is the function, and start is the global variable, so I can use it anywhere in the program in any function. You can see over here, these are the global variables, so you do not worry. So the start variable will be always pointing to the first node of the list, and then these are the temporary variables, that is a temp and I, and we are making use of those variables over here. We are just allocating a new block of code using this particular line. So a new block will be assigned dynamically, that is through the during the runtime, and then we are giving that value to data, and the address part we are keeping it as null. Then I am just, if it is the first node, then the start will point to that particular first node if this is the first node, or else it will come to the else part. We will first travel till the end of the list, and then we will append that particular new node into the to the end of the list. So there is kind of a repetition of the code over here, that is this. So I just, we can get rid of this. So the repetition of the code is not a good practice, and I will paste it over here. Or but then we need this allocation, that is the temp also. So we require this. Just a minute, let me just go back and see it properly. Okay, I'll cut this and paste it over here. So this will be a common code for both the if and the else part. So now I will check whether it is null or not. If it is, then the start will point to the first node, else again there is a repetition of code. Now I don't require this over here. This part I can simply remove, and that's it. This is the only code I need to, okay, I don't need to, this is just a traverser that we are doing, so we have the semicolon over here. So everything looks good, and if I give the option 1, so it is going to execute these lines of code, and it will jump to this function, and it will add the element to the list. And if it is 5, it is going to break, so I don't require this over here. So that completes the code. Now let us just run this and see if there are any logical errors or not. So the code is working fine. So I'll give option 1, that is the add element to the list, and if I press enter it is asking me for the elements. If I give 12, and then it is again displaying that menu. And now if I give 5, and you can see the program is getting terminated. So I think this is working properly, but unless and until we don't display the entire list, we cannot really be confident about it. So let us just write the code, and that is, first I will write the code that is searching the element, or we can have one more option in fact over here, that is just to display the entire list, and that was missed out. So I'll just add that. So this will be the fifth option, and then I will have printf the sixth option as, that is exit. So over here I just need to make this value as the value 6, and then okay, so display. So we will have a function called as display. So let us have the function display underscore list, and that's it. I'll give a call to the function, and then we will have one more case, and the case 6 will be, that was break. So this will break the loop basically. Means this condition will not get satisfied and the loop will terminate. So we have to write the definition for this particular uh, function. So let us do that. So we will have int, and that's it. So over here we have to write the code for displaying the entire list, and that code already we had done in the previous tutorial, in the previous videos. So that was this one, a simple for loop. So I'll just cut this from here and paste it in that function. So over here this is the function. So I start, these are all the global variables, so there should not be any problem as such. So let us just run this now and see the output for this particular code. There is an error, that is the semicolon. Again, let us just try to run this code, and so this is the menu. Okay, now there is no slash n over here, so the cursor is after the exit. Let me just rectify that, it doesn't look good. So over here then the slash n, and now we will run the code. So I will enter the choice, that is adding an element. I will say 12, again element 67. Now there are two elements. Let me just try to display, that is the option 5. So option 5, and here it is. It is perfectly working. That is 12 and 67. These are the two elements that we had entered. That was over here. That is 12 and 67, and that's the list. Let us give some proper messages. Is still not properly formatted, so let us give some proper messages to the user. That was the display. So display list and printf, so the, or simply the list. Okay, the list, something of that sort. That's it. So there is a simple message, and a semicolon is very much required. So this is working fine. So we had done the coding now for entering the element and for displaying the list. Similarly, with the same code, we can also use the same logic for searching the element, isn't it? It is very simple. How is that? We are going to use the same loop and copy this over here, and then I need to check whether that n is present in the list or not. So I will simply say if I of that data, if it is equal to n, if it is equal to n, only then we will display the element. That's it, and that is so simple to do searching of an element. That's it. So this will display, and if it doesn't get matched with anybody, then it is going to display nothing. So we can add, like if it is nothing, then also we can display some messages, but that's okay. I'm just keeping it very short and simple. So now we have done the coding. Let us just run this. We cannot, okay, this was the program. I need to terminate this, save it, and now I will run this program. And there is an error, that is the semicolon. Let me just try this one more time, and now we will have this program in front of us. So let me just try one. I say 12, 145, 67, 89. Okay, you're not able to see maybe on the screen, it's over here. So we have entered 89, 67, 45, 12. Okay, and now we will just display, that is the option 5. In fact, there should be a proper message that enter your choice, that also we will do it. So this is the element 12, 45, 67 and 89. Now it is getting the output is perfect. So let us just search the element, that is option 4. Option 4, and I will enter the number, that is 67. So 67, and let me just see that it has displayed the element, that is 67, and again it is displaying the list also. There is some error, a logical error, but the searching is getting done properly, and now there are some minor logical errors that we will get rid of. So this basically, we can also give the position number as well. So we were over here. I think I did not give the break over here. Display element break. See over here, I forgot to give break, and that's the reason the next function also got called, that was the display list. Because of this break, we forgot to give it over here. So that's the use of doing the live coding, because when you do live coding, there are so many things you learn when you actually get errors and when you actually get rid of the errors, be it the syntax error or be it the logical errors. Logical errors are more useful in my opinion, because syntax error we can guess, okay, it shows where exactly the syntax error is, but logical error, that it will not show us, the IDE will not show us, that we have to search, we have to predict. So that is like a lot of searching process, and then in that process you learn a lot. So logical errors is something that will make you a very good computer programmer. So this is what we have done till now. So search element, and we can also give the position. So how we can give the position is, I can simply declare a variable, that is position, and give the value as 0. Okay, value as 0. Then inside this loop, what I can do is I will just increment that position, okay, by 1. That's it. Okay, this thing works or not in the latest versions. Let me just check. Okay, it is working. Okay, okay, right now I'm just closing it. Let me just check everything is fine or not, and then we are incrementing this, and when we display that element, we will display it in a much proper way, and that is the element is present at the position, and then the position, that is %d. Okay, and then we don't need to actually give the position, I mean the data itself, we don't require to do that. We will simply display the position, then that's what matters. Okay, and now we will run this code and see the output. If there is any logical errors, then we will learn a lot of things. So simple. So first option 12, second option 45, third option 67 and 90. Now let me just display this. Okay, these are the elements in the list, and then we will try to search for 45. So I will give the option, that is 4, and value is 45, and you can see, okay, now it has, okay, the element is present at position 2, it is perfect, and then the next menu got displayed, so it is looking like 21, but the answer is right. And to get rid of this, we have to start this with a /n. Let me just give this printf and a simple /n, that's it. Okay, so let us just close this program, and now let me just run this again, and this time everything should work fine. So element is 12, 34, 65 is over here. Okay, and then again I will give 179. So let me just display. So here is the list, and let me just search for 79. So I'll give the value, that is search the element, and which element you're supposed to search, 79. And now you can see the element is present at position 4. So that's the perfect output. That is 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's the fourth position. So everything is working fine till now. So I'm just signing this off. This video I'm ending it over here. In the next video we will do the coding, that is the coding for inserting the element and deleting the element. You can see how slowly the complete program is getting developed. Okay, so bye for now.